Hey guys, how's it going? My name is ME Studios, and I'm going to talk about this new logo I found on the internet. It is World of Warcraft Empire of Dragons. Now, it's definitely leak season, so everyone has an opinion about what the next expansion is going to be. And I have to say, this logo looks really good. And it could be a case that it's a fake or that, someone just created to trick people. But I've seen a lot of logos that have been leaked during leak season, as they call it. This logo looks pretty good. First and foremost, I want to get to the actual design of this logo. The background, right off the bat, strikes me as something related to the Void. Now, if you don't know your Warcraft lore, the Void it's like one of the major elemental forces in World of Warcraft. There's the Void and there's the Light. The Void used to be considered a shadow, but, due to lore and everything else, it became known as the Void. Anyway, the Void is the opposite of the Light. And you see the Void represented in the classes with the Priest class, some elements of the Warlock class, and even some elements of the Death Knight class. But in all honesty, the main user of the Void powers in World of Warcraft are Shadow Priest, and also Void Elves as well on the racial side of things. So this background reminds me a lot of the Void. It has, a dark purplish kind of hue going on, along with stars. Just reminds me of the Void a lot. Also, the purple goes out throughout the entire logo. Shows the planet cracking, and also, once again, it has that purplish hue to it. So it reminds me a lot of the Void. And with that, look at the title. The title is Empire of the Dragons. I'm sorry, Empire of Dragons. And you might wonder, well, what does the Void have to do with dragons? Well, if you remember the lore behind Deathwing, Deathwing was manipulated by the Void, by the old gods specifically. And that draws a connection between the Void and dragons. So what could this mean, talking about dragons and Void? How could you combine these themes together? And considering what we experienced at the end of 8.3 when we fought N'Zoth, where Wrathion was corrupted, that's a tie-in right there, because Wrathion is supposedly looking for the Dragon Isles, and he has a history of, fighting against the old gods, having a vendetta against the old gods because they corrupted his father, Deathwing. His Dragonflight, the Black Dragonflight, was constantly corrupted by the old gods. So right there, you have a connection between the Void and dragons. Now, also, there is a dragonflight called the Twilight Dragonflight. And the Twilight Dragonflight are dragons that are corrupted by the old gods as well. And at the end of Battle for Azeroth, Wrathion found a clutch. I guess that's what you call a group of dragon eggs, right? A clutch. He found a clutch of dragon eggs, Twilight dragon eggs, that he had to uncorrupt because they were near N'Zoth. So you could have a situation where Wrathion is trying to recreate the Dragonflight, and thus, create an empire of dragons, so to speak. Now, once again, I'm not saying that this logo was real, that this is going to be the next expansion, but we got to admit that it's a very well done logo. So this could very well be the next expansion. We also, it seems in the WoW community at least that a lot of people think that dragons are going to be the next expansion. We've had a lot of clues. So it's a high possibility that this could be the next expansion. One thing about the logo that also kind of struck me was the border around it, as well as how the letters are set up. It looks very metallic, almost metal-like, and I really don't know what that's about. Just the way it reflects, it just reminds me of metal for some reason, and I don't know what that could be hinting towards. Now, there was two mechanical dragons that were released at the end of Battle for Azeroth and at the end, I'm sorry, in the middle of Shadowlands. It was the Steam Scale Incinerator, which was a store mount, and the Timeless Mechanical Dragonling, which was a pet that was a companion to the Steam Scale Incinerator. And both of those dragons, so to speak, they were both mechanical. And I'm not sure the logo itself is very mechanical, but it looks very metallic the way it reflects. So you have the theme of metal and dragons. Could we be looking at some form of mechanical situation alongside, a dragon situation, or like co-themes? Something to think about. And beyond all that, we did have the Tinker class teased alongside the Dragon Isles, and we do know that a lot of people definitely desire a new class in World of Warcraft, and there really isn't a whole lot in terms of like a dragon-style class in the lore of Warcraft, but there is a history of a technology class. The Tinker class, mainly ran by goblins and gnomes, but also, we've seen Draenei and Nightborne also have a little technology too. So there's definitely a possibility for that kind of class. The issue has always been, though, what kind of expansion would you bring that class into? I can never imagine a situation where WoW could have a technology-based expansion. It just doesn't really seem to be like the way they want to do lore. But with this combination here, that is interesting. So back to the Old Gods theme. We do have the Old God's Dagger. I'm sorry, I can't remember its name. That was part of Battle for Azeroth that disappeared, saying that she was going to see us again someday or whatever. So she's definitely floating around. There are also rumors that N'Zoth is still alive, that really didn't kill him in Battle for Azeroth. I'm not totally sure that's true, but it would definitely give credence to the fact that we're going to be facing the Old Gods again in this expansion. Now, with that said, I do agree that the way they handled N'Zoth in 8.3 was kind of lackluster. Definitely was not a good result for such a major villain as N'Zoth, and he definitely deserves a second chance to be an antagonist in an expansion. So, with that said, once again, I'm not sure if this logo was real. Again, it's a wonderfully made fake, if it's a fake. And if not, I mean, hey, once again, we've had lots of clues about the next expansion being dragon-based. It's a good-looking logo. It definitely ticks a lot of boxes that people are assuming that the next expansion is going to be about. So who knows? This could be it, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll talk to you soon.